guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany if you guys are new here. Today's video is going to be a what I eat in a day, so I hope you guys enjoy. First things first, I always start the day off with water, and then I also start the day with my green superfood. This one is from Bleu. I really like it. It's the berry flavor, but they also have an original flavor as well, but that one I've never tried. This is really good for you, great vitamins in there, and it makes me feel really good and energized, so I would highly suggest it. Moving on to breakfast. Depending on how late in the day I make my breakfast, kind of, I guess, depends on what I eat. Sometimes I have a really light breakfast, sometimes I have a heavier breakfast. So today I decided to have eggs, an English muffin, and some fruit on the side. So I'm just putting butter in the pan. I pretty much like my eggs anyway, whether it's scrambled or fried. So today I decided to fry my eggs. And I like to make crispy, cheesy eggs, where you pretty much just put the cheese on top of the eggs and you flip it over so that the cheese gets very crispy. Moving on to my little fruit bowl. Strawberries and bananas are personally my favorite fruit to eat, so I like to mix them in a bowl together. I usually always pre-cut my strawberries at the beginning of every week, just so that they're ready to go, and to me I feel like it lasts longer. So I just got about 2 tablespoons of strawberries, and then I cut up an entire banana. And then I also love squeezing fresh lemon juice over my fruit. It just gives it a really nice tangy flavor, so I personally like that, but you can absolutely skip that step if you don't want to do that. I put a cover over it so that the egg wouldn't be so runny, and then I simply just flip the eggs over and I leave it for about like a minute or so. I just really like when my cheese is very crispy. And then when that's done, I just put it on my plate. And you can see there, it's really crispy. I personally like my eggs like that, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Then I take my English muffin out of my toaster oven, and I pretty much just put a light layer of butter. It's not the healthiest choice, of course, but we can't always be healthy, so I love putting butter on my English muffin, and that's my breakfast. For a snack, I love these Luna bars. They are so delicious. Lemon is honestly my favorite thing, so I personally like that. And then sometimes I snack on some pretzels. The honey wheat ones are really good. Pretzels are one of my favorite snacks, so I love it. Then for lunch, depending on how heavy my breakfast was, my lunch can either be light or heavy. So because I had a lot for breakfast, I wasn't really feeling, too big of a lunch. So I just decided to make a smoothie. It's strawberry, banana, mango, and a little bit of peanut butter. I personally really like this powdered peanut butter because it's less calories, and it still tastes amazing. It tastes the same if you were to put regular peanut butter in there. And I use unsweetened almond milk. and I add agave to it just so that I can control how sweet it is. And personally, I use frozen fruit, so it makes my smoothie super duper thick. So if you like it a little more runny, you don't have to use frozen fruit. Moving on to dinner, this is a really good dinner that I love making all the time. It is the Trader Joe's cauliflower gnocchi pasta. It's so good. I pretty much just put it in a pan with oil. Personally, I put it in the oven. I know the bag and everybody else tells you to cook it over the stovetop, but it just gets mushy in my opinion. So if you really want a nice toasty, I guess, cauliflower, put it in the oven and it won't get mushy at all. When I'm cooking, I try to use unsalted butter because it's just healthier. So I just had butter and garlic. Now I am cutting up my mushrooms. You don't have to cut up your mushrooms if you don't like to, but I like mine finely chopped, but you can leave them sliced if you'd like. So I just add that in with the butter and the garlic, and I'm just gonna stir that around for a little bit and kind of sweat out the mushrooms until they shrink a little bit. Then you're going to add some white wine. You can honestly add however much you want, or it doesn't matter what kind you get. I did a half cup in the beginning, and then once I tasted it throughout me making it, I added more. I can link the recipe down below. I follow recipes sometimes, but then I add stuff and kind of make it my own. So definitely follow the recipe 100% if you want to. It also called for cream, but I didn't have cream, so I just used milk. I would probably prefer to use cream just because the milk kind of separated a little bit in the pan, so that wasn't that good. So I just had to keep stirring it around. And then I added some Parmesan cheese. Again, I did not measure anything because I really never do. And you just want to keep stirring it so that it doesn't stick to the pan. And if it's too runny for you, you can just mix some cornstarch with water and put that in the pan. That's what I did because I like it a little more thick. Then you're going to add some vegetable broth. You can do chicken broth as well, but I prefer to do vegetable broth. I did about half a cup, and then I'm just stirring it around, checking to see how thick it is. I then added some salt and pepper. Especially when it comes to seasonings, I add my own stuff just because I like certain seasoning. And then I even went back in and added some more wine and some more cheese. So just do whatever you like, taste test it while you're making it, and then you can determine how much you want to put in it. Once the cauliflower was cooked, I took it out of the pan and put it directly into the stove. You can add chicken or any kind of protein if you want to this meal. I just personally wasn't in the mood for chicken, so I just did it with the cauliflower, and it was still really good. And then I just topped it off with some more Parmesan cheese, and that was my dinner. Lastly, for dessert, I love popsicles, especially in the summer. So tangerine is my favorite flavor, so I usually do like 2 or 3 popsicles at night if I'm being completely honest. And that's it.